Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. Yeah, guys, urgent update on Palantir, ticker PLTR. We are lifting off here in the pre-market, guys. We start to build a new all-time high. I uploaded many videos here in the last couple of weeks because I said we are very close to see here a new all-time high, and at least in the pre-market, guys, we are there. So you can see we had here $45.14 with the closing candle here on the end of October, and it was already something like an all-time high. But you can see that now we start to even gap up in the pre-market, which is very, very unusual. So I give you here the updated price level information based on the chart. As you know, this is not financial advice. Yo guys, so where to go? So when we see the pre-market price action here, I will switch to the 4 hours chart before I enable my drawings. We of course know already the price goes to the upside, and you can see, and this is very unusual. I would even not call that an exhaustion gap, because for now there is almost an unstoppable price action for Palantir. What you usually see is that stocks trend to squeezing stocks. They trend to build some straight lines to the upside, have some slight pullback, and then start to squeeze even higher. And this is what I call an exhaustion gap, which normally appears before a sell-off starts. But yeah, it doesn't look like that we have this constellation for Palantir, because you can see that we have a very healthy uptrend here, very healthy price action. Even of course we have some gap downs here. When we switch to the to the daily chart here, we know that there are many gaps waiting to the downside. And I already told you in my previous videos just a couple of days ago that we will of course come back here to $43.61. Why? Because we have here an open gap to the upside, guys, and usually those open gaps get filled. When I switch off the drawings for a second, again, for the guys who didn't see my previous videos here, you can see that Palantir is very reliable to close open gaps. Every green field here in the chart is an open up gap, and even if we came down here from $45 all the way back down to the all-time low, which was $5.92, congratulations to everybody, guys, who caught that dip. You are highly profitable right now, and that seems to be an unstoppable price action right now. But be careful, we have of course here some bears waiting. But for now, even we have this kind of straight line to the upside. We left some open gaps to the downside as well. This is the, when we turn into a bear market, maybe by the beginning of next year, then we have to be careful. That means that we maybe retest these price levels here for Palantir. But for now, we have to talk about the price levels to the upside. So what will happen right now, if the pre-market will continue like this, that we start to trade here at $47 or even higher, that means we have a guaranteed new all-time high for Palantir. But that also means that we have one more new down gap here in the chart, which I already draw for you right now. This candle wick here, guys, needs to be retested sooner or later. When you see, for example, the NVDA chart, then you also see many gaps to the downside which haven't been filled yet. And maybe, I don't know, it takes 10 years or more until we close these gaps, because there is no reason, no technical reason for a stock which is in an uptrend to close these gaps. So don't get me wrong when I say we have to close these gaps. To the upside, yes. To the downside, yes, also the same. But as long as we are trading here in an uptrend, and we are of course here in an absolute hell of an uptrend for Palantir, there is no technical reason to close these gaps in the next days. When we see here a bearish reversal incoming sooner or later, maybe for Palantir, then of course this is a different story. So guys, what are the price levels to the upside? Before we go through that, guys, of course I want to show you here my finest selection of short squeeze stocks, which I upload here every Sunday. If you don't know my channel, guys, the main purpose is of course to educate you in trading. That's why I show you here also these chart techniques for Palantir. But what I usually do here is talking about short squeeze stocks, even if we have now here a very squeezable situation for Palantir. I mean, just since the shakeout candle here in August, guys, we also squeezed over 100%. But I upload here every Sunday my so-called hot stocks, my finest selection of short squeeze stocks, guys. Yeah, and the mission here which I have is not to only educate you in trading, I try to predict short squeezes. What does that mean? When I release my video here on Sunday, then I expect those tickers here in these videos to squeeze in the very few next days. I just give you here two examples what happened yeah, in the past year. So in October, the biggest squeeze which I predicted a couple of squeezes here, but the biggest one was this one here. Here my video release was Sunday, guys, and then here 1 day later, this ticker started to squeeze 854%. And in September, it was even a bigger one. Also here, one of my hot stocks, September release date, guys, this ticker squeezed 1,400% after my hot stock release. Yeah, there is no guarantee, guys. Of course, I cannot see the future, but I really give my best to predict short squeezes, and I try to predict here the price levels for Palantir. But if you also want to see these short squeeze plays, then you can join in here our trading community. The most popular membership which I have is the full package membership on Patreon. You get access, of course, also here to my member videos, to my hot stock videos, and you can see the member benefits here. If you want to join in, guys, yeah, we're growing here every day. You can click the info icon here in the corner and you get access to my Patreon member link. So guys, let's now switch back here to Palantir. Next price goal, I already mentioned that. I think we can rely here on the Fibonacci levels from my chart. This is not financial advice, this is what I measured. So I think what usually happens when a stock breaks this Fibonacci level here, the most important levels are the 1618, 2618, 3618. There are some other levels, of course, which you can draw here in those retracements. But usually when we break these levels, and because, of course, here we have a new all-time high, there is no man's land, guys. Here is no resistance. Here is no technical resistance waiting. That doesn't mean that the bearish algos are still not there. But I said that already in the past, that the only very bearish resistance which we have is here $27.51. And this here, guys, is neither bearish than bullish, because both sides are possible. You can see we can have huge squeezes to the upside, but we can also see here a horrible sell-off reaction here in just a couple of days. Palantir had here a sell-off after the previous all-time high. When we measure this here, then you can see this ticker sold off -62% in just a couple of days, guys. So, you know, don't get overhyped. I, of course, don't want to scare you, but I also don't want to create here FOMO. But based on the technicals, if we just continue to squeeze like that, we will squeeze next to $54.21 based on my measurements, and the ultimate price goal for the next couple of days or weeks, in my opinion, would be $63.49. If we break this price level, guys, and if we even then don't see any kind of big pullback, of course, I will update here frequently on Palantir to give you the updated chart and the updated price actions. Keep in mind, guys, I will enable now the indicators again and disable the drawings that you can see that. Keep in mind, we will have a new open gap here above this candle at $42 range here, $43. This gap is closed today. So when we, even if we gap up right now, this open gap at $43, even if there is no candle which touched this gap right now in the daily chart, but technically this gap is filled, guys. So there are, of course, no more up gaps in the chart for Palantir. The only thing what is left are down gaps here to the downside. And keep that in mind, in a bear market, we will come down to these price levels. Also, it is not too healthy when you just start to gap up over these EMA lines here. You can see the purple line here was one fake out, and we retested the EMA 200 days line. The black line here in the chart is, in my opinion, if you don't know how to draw all these chart patterns here in TradingView, for example, this is the chart program which I use, then that means that here the EMA 200 day line is a very strong support. So everything here below $29, guys, yeah, actually we're trading here $29. That would be a perfect dip here to accumulate some positions. If we should turn bearish, of course, I will let you know as soon as possible. Yeah, guys, these are the price levels here to the upside. I'll show you that one more time. So the price levels to the upside for Palantir are $54 and $63, guys. And if we break those levels, then I will do a new Fibonacci retracement for you, because then we have higher price targets here. But as I said, yeah, always check the market. Now we are still bullish. We have a lot of squeezes, guys. Yeah, otherwise this would be not possible that here ticker squeeze 850% in 2 days. This is a sign of a very, very strong bull market. Even short squeezes like that are possible. And if you want to copy the price levels guide here from my chart, or even copy the trend channel patterns which I draw here for Palantir, then you can, of course, pause the video and use here my discount link for TradingView. This is the program what I use for all my videos and all my trades. I'm not sponsored by TradingView, guys, but if you click here the info icon in the corner, then you get access to my $15 discount link. And I always recommend to use here the premium tier. This is good for beginners and advanced traders. So guys, that's my update, quick and dirty. I hope that was helpful for you. If you like this content here, if you don't want to miss any updates, then please hit the like and subscribe button. I would appreciate that. I thank you for your time and see you in the next video. Arigato gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute, viel Erfolg mit Palantir, fette Gewinne und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye guys.